Well, the bracket that holds up the marker arm on my white 5100 planter has been reattached. That happened last night. Today is Tuesday, May the 24th. But yeah, my young man that helps me with hay came up and took a look at it, brought his stick welder up. I have a wire feed welder, a flux core, but he thought his stick welder would do a better job. And I didn't get any video of it because my friend, well, my farmer and mechanic, Oliver mechanic friend Joe happened to stop up too. And so, of course, you know, we were shooting the breeze and everything. And before you know it, it was almost getting dark. So it really wouldn't have videoed all that well. But this bracket was originally just welded here, and that's it. So, you know, he re-welded that and then re-welded it all the way across, and where the seam is in the, you know, along the side and in the back on the outside. So I don't see that bracket ever coming off again. And he even went over to the other side and you know, welded around. It seemed to have been welded on better, but he welded, you know, around the outside at that seam too. So hopefully I won't have any problem with that. So I'm going to go ahead and reattach that marker arm right now. Well, I got the marker arm reattached, as you can see. It wasn't a big job. It took me about a half an hour, longer than I thought, because it ended up, when we welded this bracket back on, it must have got moved in just a hair, because it wasn't quite leaving the bracket on the marker arm itself. Wouldn't leave that clear to get in, so I had to grind just a little bit off the edge on both sides, just to make that fit. But it's in there now, and it's good and solid. Oh, and if you're wondering about this is just an old piece of hose from our milk transfer station that we used to use when we dairied, and I just put this on here so that it would protect these hydraulic hoses a little bit as this marker moves up and down. So marker arm's back on. I'm gonna jump up on the tractor and we'll see if it works. Okay, here's the moment of truth on the marker arms. Pretty well. I think that's going to be fine. It was the marker that we're looking at right now that we fixed, and you may have noticed that it was going up and down maybe a little bit slower than it should. What I found out this spring is this hydraulic pump in this 1550 is going bad. It's, you know, it's wearing out. I mean, it's still working, but not like it should. I've noticed everything's slower, and I've had to really rev the engine up almost wide open to, you know, lift this heavy planter up and down. So that's one of the reasons my friend Joe was up last night, because he's gonna take care of that for me. He's gonna change that hydraulic pump. This tractor was bought in 1967 by my dad, so it's spent its whole life on this farm. The engine was overhauled once, but nothing was ever done with the hydraulic pump. So that's been what, 55 years ago. So I guess it's time. Hey everybody, this is Charlie, the Pennsylvania grain farmer. It is Wednesday, May the 25th, and I am on my way to see a gentleman near Warren, Ohio, to pick up my my new purchase, which I mentioned in an earlier video. I still don't have my truck back. I think it's supposed to be done later today, but today was the day when the gentleman was able to have me come out to get this item, so I borrowed my friend Corey's truck and have my trailer hitched to it, and I'm currently on the Pennsylvania Turnpike between Beaver Falls and the Ohio border. So only about, well, right now about 10.3 miles till I hit Ohio, and then I have a little bit further yet. I have altogether from right now about 42 more miles to go. So I'm on the way, and I don't know how much video I'll take there or loading it, just because I don't want to make the guy uncomfortable, you know, and put him in a position of having to say no if I ask him about filming. But I'll definitely take some video after it's loaded up, and you know, once I get it home and everything. Okay, so I'm excited about getting this item. It's not new, it's a used item, but I have one, but mine is over 30 years old and is getting pretty beat. So this one is supposed to be like new, and you know, I'm excited to see it and to get it. So we'll be back in a little while. Okay, a little time has passed, and I'm now on the Gentleman's Street. I'm about 7/10 of a mile away from the driveway. When there's a groundhog, is going to get run over if he's not careful. In any event, it was, thank God, an uneventful trip on the way up. Everything has gone well, no problems of any kind, and you know, I thank God for that, and I'll take that anytime. But we'll be arriving here in just a minute, and if I have an opportunity, I'll you know, get a video of the item before we start to load it. You know, otherwise, you know, I'll get some video of it either on the way home or when I get there. Okay, so we'll see you in a bit.
8.2 miles.
Okay, here we are. The gentleman went to get his tractor to load this, but I bought it's about a 6.5 foot Woods rotary mower. I have an old House brand HWSE that was a Central Tractor purchase, and it's about 30 years old, and it's just completely shot, so it was time. This one has a brand new gearbox on it, and the blades are in good shape and everything, so, and the price was right, so I went ahead and bought it. So we're going to get this loaded now, and I'll try to get a little more video when I get home. All right, this is Charlie again. We're on the way home. Got the rotary mower all loaded and strapped down. I had about I don't know, 45 miles or so to travel back through Ohio to get back into Pennsylvania, and I stopped and got something to eat, and now I'm back in Pennsylvania on the Pennsylvania Turnpike again, and headed for home. Should probably be home here in another hour and a half, 45 minutes, and then I'll have to unhook this trailer and get Corey's truck back to him. And my truck, I just found out, is done, so I got to go down and get that picked up. So I don't know if I'll get the rotary mower unloaded today or not, and if it sits on the trailer for a day or so, that's not a big deal. And I'll probably show when I get home what the rotary mower looked like when it was strapped down, and you know, give you a better look at the whole thing. All right, I've been home a while, and a couple things came up I had to take care of before I could finish up this video. I went to the dealership and picked my truck up. It was done, so I got that back home again. And Corey had gotten a new round baler, and on the way home he wanted me to stop and watch him bale a few bales to see how it works, so I did that. So now I'm home, and I'll probably wait till tomorrow to unload this, but now at least you can see it. And I didn't have really time to describe it earlier because I was making that little bit of video of the mower when the guy was getting his tractor out of the shed to load it on trailer for me. But it's a woods mower. I don't know what model it is. It looks like it's an M16 or M18 something. I'll have to search that and see what I can find. But it's a 6 or 6.5 foot mower, but it's in really good shape. It's not bent up. It's not, really rusty. There's a little bit of surface rust on these support arms, and a little bit there just on the surface by the gearbox, but the gearbox is brand new. Okay, so that I thought was a good feature, but that little bit of surface rust, I'll clean that up and get that painted, and the rest of this is that's just dirt. That just needs washed off. Okay, but it seems to be in really good shape, and the price was right. And to get a new one like this, I'd have paid a hell of a lot more money than what I paid for this. The guy was pretty pretty generous on his price, so I'm really happy with it, and I can't wait to try it out. So probably tomorrow I'll get it strapped and get it pulled off of here, and hook it up and see what it does. The reason I was getting a new one is, here's my old one, and this was a House brand, HOWSE, that I bought at Tractor. Well, it was Central Tractor at the time, and it became Tractor Supply, but I bought this back probably about 1990, and I used it a lot. It was a good mower, but I had really no place to put it in, and it sat outside, and from that, and from just the weather and everything, and from the use, you can see that it's getting cracks all the way across here and over into here. And I don't really know of a good way that I could fix that. It's getting cracks back here by you can see down here by in front of where the gearbox is, and the blade, the back wheel is kind of loose on there, and I put a 2x4 in there to try to keep it from flexing up and down, but that's not working too well. And the blades are so rounded off that I don't have a prayer of a chance of even sharpening them with a grinder. Okay, I've tried and it just doesn't work. So it's 30 years old. I used the shit out of it, and I think it's time to retirement. I might put it on Craigslist or something for a couple $100, and rather than have it sit around the farm here, and if somebody wants it as a project or needs it for parts, they'd be welcome to it at a pretty low price. So that's the story of my purchase, the new to me woods rotary mower. I'm happy with it so far, and can't wait to try it out. So for now, this is Charlie, the Pennsylvania grain farmer, saying thank you for viewing, and I hope you've subscribed, and if you haven't, I hope you consider that. And for now, we'll see you next time.